was in the booth when that unfolded yesterday on FS1. Here's a timeline of what happened between Ross Chastain and Denny Hamlin. Watching that video, you felt like this lasted from green flag to checkers. It was only a 60-lap span in the race. Here are the drivers after it was all said and done.
Terrible driving, Jamie. It's one thing to do it once, but I just kept driving into guys. And at this level, I'm supposed to be better than that. And it's a shame for Moose and Advent Health and Jockey and Worldwide Express and have all these people believing in me, and Justin Marks and Pitbull to put me in this car. They deserve better. I owe half the field an apology, and words aren't going to fix it, so I'll have to pay for it on the track, and almost did today, and then I deserve everything that they do.
I think we were kind of racing hard there for a while on him on the inside, and he tried to keep sliding up in front of us and wasn't able to because I wasn't willing to just back off and let him slide up in front. And you know, it didn't take long after he tucked it behind us that it wrecked us. So, you know, the unfortunate part is it didn't look like he got too shy after that, because I think he got the 9 after that one. But yeah, you know, we all have learned the hard way, and you know, we've all had to come back around on us, and you know, it'll be no different.
Our piece to open the segment said to be continued. And with this duo, based on those interviews, I would say for sure we've not seen the last of Denny Hamlin, Ross Chastain.
Yeah, I don't think it's over. You know, and I was proud to see that Ross took some ownership. I thought he might have been a little over the top of beating himself up. And you had two situations that happened in a very short period of time. The results were the same. A driver was wrecked, but I felt like they were two completely different situations. I felt like in 1 and 2, no doubt, Ross Chastain overdrove the corner, gets into Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin wrecks. Over there in 3 and 4, a little bit later on, the hole is there as they get to 3 and 4, and then he tries to fill it between Austin Dillon and Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott ends up getting spun out. You know, I understand Denny Hamlin being upset, and I'm okay if you retaliate, but I felt like it just got carried away. You know, if you're mad, wreck him and let's be done with it. Let's move on. I just felt like it just kept going on like you'd see at a Saturday night short track, and it just eventually took on a bad look in my book.
Ross is your teammate, and your boss, the owner, Justin Marks, jumped out there on social media last night, full support for Ross in this situation. What's it like driving for a guy that always has your back in any circumstance?
It's extremely important. You know, when you make a mistake that clearly Ross feels that way, you know, it's extremely good to feel support, especially from your team owner, from your crew chief, and from your entire organization. You know, as a race car driver, there is a lot of situations of things that happen in the race that sometimes we only know about those situations, how hard somebody's racing, how aggressive we are being, how close we are being. We know all those things as a race car driver. So we are really the only, you know, persons that we actually know 100% if it was too much or not. So, you know, I think that maybe Ross felt like he pushed too hard. Maybe Denny agrees, or maybe he disagrees, but only they know for how long they were pushing those limits of pushing too hard.
Now, the one thing I do not approve that Denny Hamlin did, because to me, when you're driving that 11 car, you can only wear one hat. And this had nothing to do with Ross Chastain. I respect he's the owner of 2311, of the 45 car and the 23 car. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. got in the back of Bubba Wallace, and here Denny Hamlin now is retaliating against Ricky Stenhouse Jr. I don't think this is right. You cannot police the entire race as one race car driver.
As I said earlier, to be continued. Stories that we will continue to follow. And now we get to the top.